McShane is transfer listed, so the Wonder Kid has obviously done something to upset the powers that be. I've got a feeling it's just tactical why McShane's been listed, just because, as you can see with the Ireland team, they hardly ever play him, considering, look, Gal, Connor, John, all around 38, 41. McShane's played a fraction of that, yet he scored 5 goals. But I've got a feeling because that's his natural position, but teams want to play him here because their formation doesn't factor in that. So when you play him here, these attributes are showing for what his position is worth here. So when he goes here, he's kind of ineffectual. These will come down, and that's probably why teams aren't valuing him as highly as we see him in the game. So we'll see who he's wanted by. Everyone seems to be going to City, but no, it's Liverpool. Interesting if he goes there. I can see that deal actually happening, type of like 30, 40 million pound deal, because Arsenal aren't utilising him. And remember I told you in the last one, I was like, oh, Arsenal signed Emre Can. And in the game, he's a midfielder who just sits a deep-lying playmaker. So as you can see from the games, I haven't looked at Arsenal's team to know who's been playing what, but to have only made 13 league starts after consistently averaging around 30 for 4 years previously, unless there was a big injury. That explains it. He was out, broken foot, 4 months. So he would have been playing. He would have played at least, in that period, that's a lot of games. He would have played pretty much the whole second half of the season. So he might not have been playing every game when he was fit, but he would have certainly been playing 3/4 of them. 3/4. And on the statistics, he's still very good though. Still great ratings. The cup he wasn't. He played 2 though. Internationally, he took a pen, played 5, scored 2. So interesting to see where Ireland are playing him. I really want to take over Ireland and just manage their all their qualification and Euros, because this time next year we'll hopefully be in the Euros. At the end of all the player shortlists, again, I'll just see how Ireland and England are getting on in the qualification. But Ireland still seem to be reluctant to playing him as much, because I think Gal had 8 games or something like that. I can't remember, but he's not playing every game. But partly that's probably to do with this year's injury. As we know, Arsenal didn't do anything. But Connor, you keep asking me, what was on McShane's appointed something or other? This one I think you're referring to. But as we can see from his achievements, it must be in 2019 he was appointed Republic of Ireland 21 vice captain. That's what I believe you were had spotted that I had missed. So this year he got into the Irish best 11, but didn't do anything for Arsenal or in the Prem. So you have to say disappointing, just considering his ability. He should be one of the best midfielders in the world, and the injury was obviously the main reason. But he is transfer listed. That's more likely a deal will go through, and he's such a good player that someone is going to sign him. And when you do list someone in the game, you don't go for 35, 40 million. You go for what you're worth, because it means that Arsenal want to cash in. We'll just check on the Arsenal team now. So they finished again 6th. So Europa League, no higher than 4th now since 2015-16, where they came runner-up. So they haven't won the league for 19 years, which where are we now? We're 9 years into the future, which I wouldn't be too surprised by if we hadn't won the league in 9 years from now, given the way our clubs run, but just the way that Chelsea, United, City, Liverpool, it's just harder than it was in the early 90s and 2000s when it was pretty much Arsenal and United. So just go to the tactics. I'm starting to not recognise hardly anyone now. Like, who's this Kenny Barrowman and Ben Ingram? But obviously they're keeping McShane. They did sign Emre Can. I can't see him. Oh, he's there. He's injured as well. I just got to check these guys. These got to be fake people. Yeah, would have been one of Ross's boys. He's very good for a 21-year-old. And he's a right-sided player. I don't know why he's in the centre mid. yeah, they just gave him a run out. He's awful. Okay, so that's McShane. Interesting to see him move and see if he can kick on or just start getting regular appearances for Ireland and start winning things. Now everyone's at the age where development's kind of finished. We just know it's about maximising our years to win as much as possible so that when you retire you can say, this is what I did and this is what I won. So Monday, looking very good, 28.5 million. 8 caps for England. It's on 100,000 a week. Physical, he's just above average on everything, really. He's above average wideman, but played a lot of games, so he has improved. He's gone slowly, been eased into the side, and first team now, you'd have to say. 31 league starts, 9 goals. It's good. Very good average rating. All 7s across the board. Surprised, considering he's United's winger in the game. He doesn't play more, maybe. Not sure who's keeping out the England team, but you might have Sterling or someone like that. Just means he can't get in. But 1 game, 1 sub, 1 goal. All very good. Excellent for Monday. I feared for him when he went there and around here, 6-7. I was like, just not good enough. How is he going to improve? But what I'm seeing is just by being in the United team with the facilities and the coaching, you just kind of improve. And if you have it, they find it. But they didn't seem to do that with Baldwin, didn't give him the games. So there's no one answer that sort of clears it all up. I don't think it's just fortune and randomness dictate whether you get the chances to prove yourself. We'll look at his achievements. So he won nothing this season, that is. He got into the Prem Team of the Week 4 times, maybe, by the looks of things. He didn't win anything. United didn't win anything anyway. Where did they finish? Well, that was an all-time low in that season. Don't know where that. They looked to be runners-up. AVB is their manager. Juan Mata still there. Well overrated in the game, Juan Mata. Stephen Passing-Hawes is a beast. Look at that. Look at that. The guy who everyone thought was going to rot away, be the first one to retire, just because of his stubbornness at Brentford. But that move, he was the first one to leave Brentford, him and Gal, and you'd arguably say they're in the top 3, both of them, definitely in the top 3. Arguably, Stephen's now the best overall. Look at the technicals: technique, passing, first touch, 18. Then he's got long shots, penalty, free kick, corners. He's set piece magician. And he's playing for England now. 20 games, 5 goals. He's got a few years to run on the contract. Great strength. He probably lacks a bit of quickness. So he reminds me very much of Steven Gerrard. So played 98%, 96% of the games in the Prem this year. Great amount of goals and assists from midfield. Brilliant average rating. Very hard for a midfielder to get double-digit goals, especially someone who you wouldn't say is an attacking midfielder. How did he take penalty? He could take penalties, but he doesn't. Should do. They must have a better penalty taken in him, which is odd. But yeah, considering when he went there, it was 5 years before he even got a first league start. But he slowly improved just for the facilities. He started going up. I remember at this point I was like, oh, he's starting to get a bit better than Ross. And Ross is playing. And then he got the starts at the high level and improved a little bit more. And a little bit more. And then he just exploded. Exploded in 2020 when he would have been early 21, 22. High level, getting the games. Showed with Gal as well from a young age, getting the games at Celtic in the Champions League. Good facilities. Explode. So they untapped the potential. But that was a great deal by